Thanks for tuning in to our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an Amazon FBA business for sale in the beauty niche. Created in March 2017, this business makes an average of $4,213 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this business is 46733. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the asset they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Howard.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Before we get started, I'm going to go over a quick summary of the business. This business was built in March 2017. This business has average monthly revenue of $11,399 and is producing an average net profit of $4,213, and that's based on a 12-month average. Included in the sale of the business are Amazon Seller Central account with 2 SKUs, Facebook and YouTube accounts, domain, and all site content and files. All right, now that we've gotten to learn a little bit more about the business, can you tell me a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
I never started an online business in the past, so this is my first experience. So I had a corporate job, been there for about 7 years, and for almost all that entire time, I'd been looking for a way to create more income or find a business I could run that could replace my 9-to-5 income. So I eventually ran into this opportunity, and thankfully it all worked out and got to the point where I was making enough money that I was able to quit my corporate job.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Well, I'm interested, why did you choose this business model? So why did you choose FBA?
So I'd receive emails from time to time that would show me different business opportunities. And I would also search the internet looking for opportunities that I could possibly get into. So over the years, I looked at several business models, but never committed to any. But then one day I saw an ad on Facebook, looked interesting, so I clicked on it. The company was called Amazing, and they offered their services to people who wanted to start their own online business. And it just so happened to be for Amazon FBA businesses. And what really got me excited about the opportunity was the fact that there was really no ceiling on earning potential. So I knew next to nothing about the business, but it looked very promising, so I decided to give it a shot.
Oh, that's a pretty cool story. I really like to hear how people end up in FBA. It always seems like it's the opportunity that really draws people in. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about your niche. So why did you choose this niche?
Yeah, so I didn't necessarily choose this niche. It kind of just happened. I chose like a product that I use, and I did some research on it. I looked at competitors' products that sold similar products like that, and they weren't as good as the product I was thinking about putting on the market. So I didn't see anything that was the exact same as that product, so I knew that I had like an advantage. So I went ahead and sourced that particular product, and it kind of just went from there. And my other product is similar, but it's not, it's not the same. It's for a different purpose. Yeah, so that's how I got into that niche.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very interesting.
It's kind of by accident,
But that's how the best things happen, right?
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about how this business primarily makes money.
It just makes money on Amazon. That's where I make my money. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm selling it on is Amazon.
Okay, cool. So why are you selling the business instead of, say, keeping it and growing it?
Well, almost immediately, I launched my main product back in December of 2017. Once I did that, it really started to take off. So I naturally thought that it would continue to grow in sales, which it has, but just not the way I'd like it to. So it's been 2 years since the launch of my best-selling product, and I thought I would be much further along by now. So I think that I've reached a point where I understand that I can't grow the business the way I want to. Plus, I really don't have the finances to take it to the next level. Also, I've been looking at other promising business opportunities, so it would be to my benefit to sell this business and use the capital from the sale to pursue other opportunities.
Okay, that's a great answer. I think that leads me to my next question then. We like to talk about the sort of lessons learned in the process of owning the business. So is there anything you learned from this business that you would apply to future sites or businesses? What did you learn from building this that just seemed to work for you?
Well, what I learned the most from running this particular business is that you really need to do your research. And I'm talking about product research for the most part. I learned that you need to have competitive advantage over your competition. So if you are researching a potential product you want to list, but you see other sellers on Amazon selling a similar product or the same product, you have to figure out if you can actually compete with them. So if you're dealing with competitors that have really good listings with tons of like 5-star reviews, you might want to rethink like listing that product because you most likely would waste a lot of time and money on that failed listing. And I've done this quite a few times. I've listed some products I shouldn't have because I wasn't thorough with my research. And I'm talking even most recently, like 6 months ago, like I did that in this one particular product. But I've also learned that you have to pay attention to like numbers like really closely because Amazon has like all these fees. In the beginning, that really took me for a loop because I didn't really understand those fees, and especially like storage fees, for example. I had this one product, one of my first products. It was kind of bulky, and I got like over 2,000 units of them, and I shipped them straight to Amazon. And I was surprised when I saw that fee for that month for the storage, and it really like took me for a loop. So yeah, I think that paying attention to the fees is very important. So I think those are probably the two things that I learned like the most, I guess.
What are you currently doing in terms of marketing?
Well, I have a commercial on YouTube. It's professionally done, but I don't know if the traffic that's going there is actually resulting in sales because I hire people to drive traffic to that commercial, but I think a lot of that traffic is not real. So I don't know if that's actually making a difference. So I think I'm getting most of my sales just strictly off of Amazon and the advertising I do on there, the PPC.
Okay. If you were to keep the business, what are some ways you would try to grow it?
Well, I'd have to have the capital to do that. But I think that if I had the capital to do that, actually, I would spend money on marketing. I would probably hire professionals to like do the marketing for example, my commercial. I'd hire someone to, like I said, do the marketing and the advertising. So, so I don't have to deal with that. And that would just be for my, two main products right now. As far as like getting other products, like I said before, I would do the research, the product that I potentially might want to get and actually list it and launch it correctly. But I really do think that you need the money to do that. But, just like I said before, I'm not able to grow it because I don't have that money. So the money I'm making right now is pretty good. But in order to get to the next level, you just need to have, more money, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. Of course, on the flip side, we always ask about the risks. So what do you think are the biggest risks with the business that a buyer should be aware of?
The biggest risk is that you're selling on Amazon. You really don't have that much control because Amazon keeps changing. They keep on changing things. They change the fees from time to time. They do the algorithm. I still don't understand it. I really don't. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, a situation where you don't have control really. I mean, you can only do so much. You can only do the research on the product, list your product. You can control all that. You can control your price. You can control like all that stuff. But, you can't control the algorithm. I guess there's like certain things you can do, like I guess like Google SEO, stuff like that. But I don't know anything about that stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how any of that stuff works. So, and that's what I meant, like, when we're talking about the other question that you asked me about, like, because there's people that understand that, but you have to hire them, you know what I mean? To
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like that is one of the biggest opportunities here is, if you were, say, a buyer with the expertise in SEO or even basically PPC on Amazon, just being able to come through, bring that expertise to the table, and, that would be the biggest opportunity for growth from there.
Yeah, that's what I think so too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's a really solid answer. Can you tell me a little bit about how you get inventory to Amazon?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I work with two separate suppliers, and basically they both provide the shipping. They work with their own shippers. Either I have them ship it to my home or they ship it straight to Amazon. So it's pretty simple. I usually do air freight. Very rarely will I do a sea freight shipment. Very simple, actually.
Okay.
I have worked with a couple of freight forwarders in the past, but usually they're a little bit more expensive than what my suppliers bring me, So yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. I just use the suppliers' shippers. That's it.
Okay. Well, again, I think this relates to my next question, and you're talking about the business being pretty simple. So, can you tell me a little bit about the type of work you're doing to maintain the business? Is it pretty hands-off and passive, or, is it something else? So, paint me a picture of that.
Okay. So this is pretty much my main source of income at the moment. So I'm constantly monitoring my sales, which I don't really have to do, but I feel like I need to because, like I said, this is like source of income. And that's pretty much about it. I look at the advertising costs and see if, like, if I work with the keywords and I'll adjust the PPC. You know what I mean? Also, I'll go in there like maybe once every 2 weeks and see exactly what's going on, see which keywords are doing well and which ones aren't, and, make some adjustments. From time to time, I'll like hire people from sites like Thomason and Fiverr to drive traffic to my commercial. Sometimes I do Facebook promos. And so it's really, situation don't really have to do much at all. So if you want to grow it, yeah, that's good. That's going to take some time and effort to do that. But as far as how everything's going with the two products right now, it's pretty much running on its own.
Okay. What kind of skills or requirements might there be for someone not familiar with the niche or business model?
I don't think you really need any skills. I mean, the products are pretty simple. They're pretty straightforward. So I don't think there's any.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last few questions here. How much support are you offering buyers?
I believe it's 30 days for emails. And I believe it was a couple of Skype calls, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you commit to a non-compete?
Yes, I would.
Are you open to in or out?
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Okay. So final question here. Putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Because it's pretty easy. I mean, you don't really have to do much. There's an opportunity for growth. I really do feel that way. And there's also potential if you want to, possibly put one of my products into a retail store, for example. That's like a possibility because it's shelf ready already. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a passive income pretty much. You don't have, work that hard. And so yeah, I think it's a solid business.
Great. Well, I really enjoyed speaking with you today, Howard. I think it's exciting what you have going on, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things play out for you. Again, thanks to you for your time, and yeah, best of luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. And if you want more information, the link will be below the video that'll take you to this marketplace listing. If you're watching this on the listing page and want more information, become a depositor today. When you make the deposit, one of our business analysts will be in contact with you and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. Have a great day.